Do you know the 10,000 hours rule? It says that to achieve a level of mastery in anything that you really do, you need to spend about 10,000 hours doing it, practicing it. So there is no overcoming it, there is no shortcut to it. Or is there? Well, let me tell you my experience. When I first started in nutrition, I really was aspired to find an easy, short answer to my problem. And my problem was losing weight, getting fitter, being confident in my body, feeling great, and improving some of my health issues that I had at the time.
Hello, you are listening to the Health, Energy, Performance podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Weiss, and my goal is to give you education and practical tips on nutrition, training, lifestyle, and mindset so you can take direct action to look and feel like an athlete, even if you are not a professional athlete. I would like to invite you to connect with me via Instagram or Facebook and check my free guides on nutrition, all linked in the episode show notes.
And I thought that, I would maybe just search for some answer through Google, maybe in some book or through a podcast or maybe a YouTube video that would answer that. Don't eat sugar, don't eat bread, or eat more carrots, or eat more eggs, or whatever it is. And at first, I found that kind of answer. At first I found that answer to avoid sugar, to avoid bread, all this processed stuff. And it made sense, so I stuck with it. I started by avoiding all processed foods, all processed sugars, and I was eating basically meat and vegetables. So I was on a kind of low carbohydrate diet. Before it was cool, it was about 10 years ago. And it helped me to improve my health, it helped me to lose some weight initially, but soon it stopped working. And I started wondering okay, what else can I do? Or what am I doing wrong? And I found out this thing, and that was called intermittent fasting. So I started to do intermittent fasting. At first, I used to do 24-hour fasts on Mondays. Then 24-hour fasts on Fridays as well, so 2 days a week. Then I started to do 16/8 on top of that. So I was fasting 16/8 schedule, which is like your typical intermittent fasting on the normal days. And on Mondays and Fridays, I would have 24-hour fasts. But I was not improving. Actually, I started to feel worse. My libido became non-existent. I stopped improving in my fitness. I was actually regressing. I even started to look worse than when I started because I lost quite a lot of muscle. Simply said, I was doing a lot of things. I was trying to exercise more, eat less, and none of that worked. I did not know about calories and other things, but that is a story for another time. So over the time, I was doing many other things. I constantly tried to change my approach in some way. I started thinking about what else I can do, what else I can add, how else I can change and adjust my nutrition and training. But I felt like being blindfolded, like a blind man. I did not know where I'm going, I was just trying different things. And then it went on for about 4 or 5 years. And all that time, I was practicing things, trying new stuff, and I spent about 2 hours a day reading blogs about nutrition, about training, and educating myself. Or at least I thought so. So you probably have done the same thing. You have spent a lot of time learning through the blogs, learning through videos on YouTube, listening to podcasts such as this. And maybe you haven't been getting results that you want. And now you are wondering what you are doing wrong. And that brings us back to the 10,000 hours rule. So for these 5 years that I was learning about nutrition, I spent about 5,000 hours. My approach was by trial and error. But then I found a better way, how you can shorten that time and make it much more valuable, much more efficient, and get the results that you really want and deserve. So what am I talking about? First is having a mentor. That's like really the best thing that you can have, because you don't need to know everything. A mentor can give you just the information that they know you need, the information that you need at that time. So you can just focus on practicing and learning the things that you need right now, and then putting these pieces of puzzle together over time. So you are not wandering and trying stuff that is not important or that makes very little difference, and really focus on these big important pieces. Or in other words, when we speak about nutrition and training, these are the principles. So when I started being coached by a nutrition coach, I also started learning about nutrition through precision nutrition, which gave me a solid understanding of how human body works. And it gave me all of these pieces of puzzle, these big chunks of puzzle that I needed. And that mentor, that coach, focused me on what to focus on next. So there were actually 2 tips here. First was get a mentor or a coach who can help you focus on what is really necessary, so you can just focus on execution and improve your understanding. So you are practicing, not just doing random stuff, but doing what is really important and what will help you to move you towards your goals. Then the second thing was about having reliable sources of information, which can be provided by course, by school, by teacher, by a mentor, by a coach. But this really is not as valuable as having a coach, because we see in the current environment, you can have reliable information. You can find reliable information for free on the internet. And that is why I am also trying to put all the information through my website, through my articles, through my podcasts, and so on out there. It's easy to access. So you get the best information to give you the best chance to succeed. And if you haven't checked my website yet, it's at weiss.eu. But let's just think, like, we have all these informations nowadays. But many people are still obese. Many people are still not succeeding, not getting fitter. They are stuck. And despite having all this information, they don't know how to move forward. They have problem executing. So we are in the world where information can even get in the way of execution. So for you, it is really important to have information, or enough information, good, reliable information, actionable information, so you can focus on execution. And that is why it took me 5,000 hours at first to really try to find this information, to find my way, but I really started only after that. And then I spent another 5,000 hours really learning intentionally and making some tangible progress in my life. So guys, I really want to pay this forward. So if you are somebody who really is either lost, doesn't know what to focus on, or simply wants to be reassured, like, okay, this is what I'm doing. Am I doing this right? In that case, schedule a call with me. It's a free 15 minutes consultation during which I will help you to get that clarity. What you should focus on, what is important, to line out your steps for you so you can really focus on execution. You can find it linked in the descriptions below, but you can also go there directly through my website, which is danweiss.eu/call. There you will just fill a short form, after which I get back to you, we schedule a call, we call, that's it, you are set. And if then you maybe are thinking about, like, well, I might benefit from having some accountability, having somebody who would really help me focus on those things, well, then we can speak about like how the cooperation together can look like. And even if you want to learn by yourself, that's perfectly fine. Go to my website, check the blogs, the articles. There is a lot of valuable information. And if there is anything that I haven't covered yet and you would be interested in hearing about, get in touch with me through Facebook, through Instagram. These are the easiest ways. Until then, to your success.